The president of the Washington Redskins said, "It's time for inside linebacker Reuben Foster to get back to football." The NFL doesn't agree. The former Alabama All-American has been on the Commissioner Exempt List since November 27. The league put Foster on the Commissioner Exempt List after he was arrested in Tampa, Florida, and that designation prevented him from playing in Washington's final 5 games of the season. Although the charge against Foster has been dropped, he remains in NFL limbo. A player on the Commissioner Exempt List cannot practice or attend games, but with the club's permission, he may be present at the club's facility on a reasonable basis, for meetings, individual workouts, therapy, rehabilitation and other permitted non-football activities. During his annual press conference at the Super Bowl last month, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell said Foster's case remained under investigation. "We continue our investigation into that," Goodell said. "Whether the charges are dropped doesn't necessarily mean there isn't a violation of our personal conduct policy. Reuben and I have met before. We will talk again. But we'll conclude that investigation, make a determination and go from there." At the NFL Scouting Combine in Indianapolis on Friday, Bruce Allen, the Redskins president, was asked when Foster would return to full football activities. "For the timeline, you'd have to ask the league," Allen said. "But once again, all the charges were dropped. There's been no complaints. It's time for him to play football." Tampa police arrested Foster at the San Francisco 49ers team hotel on November 24, the night before their NFL road game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Alyssa Ennis told police that Foster had knocked her phone from her hand, pushed her in the chest and slapped her in the face. The 49ers released Foster after his arrest, and the Redskins claimed him on waivers. That's when the NFL stepped in. The day before Foster's scheduled arraignment in Hillsborough, Florida, on one misdemeanor count of first-degree domestic battery on Jan. 3, the state attorney's office dismissed the charge and filed a notice of termination of prosecution. Allen said Foster was strongly in Washington's plans at inside linebacker for the 2019 season. "We'll see what happens," Allen said. "He's on the roster. He hasn't played yet, and he has to abide by all of our rules, but we're hoping for him and that he is able to play." Washington has both its regulars at inside linebacker, Zach Brown and Mason Foster, under contract for next season. With Brown due to make $6.75 million for the 2019 season, plus a $500,000 roster bonus, he's viewed as a possible cap casualty. The Redskins used former Carver Montgomery and Alabama standout Shondion Hamilton in Brown's starting spot in the final 4 games of the season. The rookie responded by making 23 tackles in 120 defensive snaps after he'd played 9 defensive snaps in the first 12 games of the season. Shondion Hamilton tackling off-season with full head of steam after his previous 2 off-seasons were consumed by rehab. The former Alabama linebacker is healthy following his first NFL campaign. Foster was Alabama's Class 6A Lineman of the Year for the 2012 season at Auburn High School. He won the Butkus Award as the nation's best collegiate linebacker in 2016 at Alabama. Foster entered the NFL with the 49ers as the 31st player picked in the 2017 draft. Foster missed 6 of San Francisco's first 8 games during his rookie season because of the injuries. He still finished second on the team in tackles and earned a spot on the Pro Football Writers of America's All-Rookie team. The NFL suspended Foster for the first 2 games of the 2018 regular season for violating the league's personal conduct policy and its policy and program on substances of abuse after he was arrested twice in the off-season. On January 12, 2018, Foster was arrested in Tuscaloosa and charged with second-degree possession of marijuana. The marijuana charge was dismissed in May after Foster participated in a pretrial diversion program. On Feb. 11, 2018, Foster was arrested and charged with felony domestic violence, forcefully attempting to prevent a victim from reporting a crime and possession of an assault weapon after an incident involving Ennis in Los Gatos, California. On May 23, a judge dismissed the first two of those charges after Ennis testified she had fabricated her claims against Foster. In December, Ennis told ABC's Good Morning America that she was lying when she'd said she was lying and that the February incident occurred as she'd told the police initially. Foster pleaded no contest to unlawful possession of an assault weapon on June 6. He was sentenced to 2 years of probation with 30 days on a sheriff's work program, which was waived to allow Foster to perform 240 hours of community service instead. Foster also had to pay $235 in fines and fees and surrender the gun, a Sig Sauer 516 found loaded in the bathroom floor when police responded to the February 911 call from Foster's residence. For more of Al.com's comprehensive coverage of the NFL, go to our NFL page. Falcons coach details reasons behind Calvin Ridley's rookie success. Atlanta wide receiver Calvin Ridley owed his record-setting rookie season in the NFL to 3 factors, Falcons coach Dan Quinn said. Mark Innabinet is a sports reporter for Alabama Media Group. Follow him on Twitter at @mark1.